What if I told you that in just 30 minutes a day, you can improve your heart health, build muscle strength, burn more fat, and even make your workouts more enjoyable without running, without the gym, and without fancy equipment? This is not a fad. Interval walking training, or IWT, is a proven method developed in Japan, tested on thousands of people, and it's changing lives around the world. It's called the 3x3 walking method. 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes slow, repeated 5 times. And today, we're going to deep dive into why it works, how to do it, and the incredible benefits you can expect. Whether you're brand new to walking for fitness or you've been logging steps for years, this could be the upgrade you've been looking for. So here's the episode rundown. We're going to go over the origins of the 3x3 method and how Dr. Hiroshi knows and Professor Shizue Masuki developed it at the Shinshu University. Benefit number 1, boosting cardiovascular health and cardiac flexibility. Benefit number 2, building and maintaining muscle strength, especially in the lower body. Benefit number 3, sustainable, easy to stick with fitness. And benefit number 4, healthy weight loss and the afterburn effect. Then you'll hear real-life stories from people who've tried the method and how to get started safely and effectively. This is Frank for Walking for Health and Fitness. Let's begin. Caution, the information contained in this podcast may cause you to feel better than you have ever felt in your entire life. Symptoms include a broader smile, happier disposition, brighter outlook on life, and a general feeling of bliss. Proceed with wild abandon. Hello, I'm Frank Ring, the author of the Amazon bestseller, Walking for Health and Fitness, the easiest way to get in shape and stay in shape. Join me each episode as I discuss the physical and emotional benefits of walking, along with information about fitness, mindset, nutrition, wellness, and more. So join me each week as I encourage you to walk on. Back in the early 2000s, Dr. Hiroshi Noes, an exercise physiologist at Shinshu University in Japan, was looking for a way to help older adults improve their health and fitness without the strain of high-impact workouts. Working with Professor Shizue Masuki, they developed what is called the interval walking training, or IWT. It was simple. Walk briskly for 3 minutes, then slow down for 3 minutes, and repeat the cycle 5 times for a total of 30 minutes. The results were so impressive in early trials. Double-digit improvements in aerobic capacity, strength, blood pressure, and blood sugar, that the program has since been rolled out to communities all across Japan with its own smartphone app and wearable tech to guide walkers through each interval. Now, the roots of interval training go back almost a century as were applied to improve running times. Waldemar Gerschler is often credited as the father of interval training. Now, along with cardiologist Hans Reindel, Gerschler developed structured intervals for middle-distance runners, the short bursts of fast running, followed by walking or jogging recovery. Their system emphasized heart rate recovery and was groundbreaking for its time. Then along came Emil Zotepek, known as the Czech locomotive. Zotepek popularized interval-style workouts by using repeated fast runs in training. His legendary sessions of 400-meter repeats helped him win triple gold at the 1952 Helsinki Olympics. Then there's modern HIIT, or HIIT training, high-intensity interval training. Researchers in Scandinavia and Japan expanded interval principles into what became HIIT, high-intensity interval training. A famous example is the Tabata protocol that's developed by Dr. Izumi Tabata in the early 1990s in Japan, which used 20 seconds of very intense work followed by 10 seconds of rest, repeated 8 times. Now, the older runners in the listening audience may remember the word fartlek when it comes to training. And the idea of alternate fast and slow exercise isn't new. Now, back in the 30s, a Swedish coach named Jörsted Holmer developed something called fartlek training. Fartlek means speed play in Swedish. So instead of running at one steady pace, runners would mix bursts of speed, like sprinting to the next tree or telephone pole, then slow down to recover. It was unstructured, it was fun, and it helped build both endurance and speed. I remember doing this as a cross-country runner in high school. Now, that idea of mixing intensities eventually evolved into more structured interval training, where the work and rest period are timed or measured. And that's exactly what the Japanese 3x3 method is, a simple, structured way to take the principles of fartlek, fast and slow, push and recover, and make them measurable, repeatable, and accessible for walkers at any fitness level. So you can think of the 3x3 walking method as fartlek's more organized cousin. Same spirit, but with science and structure behind it. So while Gershler and Reindel formalized it first in the 30s, athletes like Zotapek brought it into global practice, and later scientists like Tabata adopted it for broader use. The 3x3 Japanese walking method by Dr. Hiroshi Knows is essentially an evolution of this tradition, bringing interval training to everyday walkers in a safe, accessible way. So comment on this. What's one reason you would try the 3x3 walking method? Is it for better heart health, stronger legs, weight loss, or just to mix it up? Drop me a note in the comments. I'd love to hear your answer. So let's get into benefit number 1, cardiovascular health. One of the standout benefits from the Japanese studies was how dramatically participants improved their aerobic capacity, often by 10 to 20% in just 5 months. To put that in perspective, that's the kind of improvement you'd normally expect from months of running or cycling programs. But these participants were just walking, using the 3x3 method. So why does this work so well? It comes down to something researchers call cardiac flexibility. Think of your heart like a rubber band. A stiff band can stretch, but only so far. A flexible band stretches wide and snaps back quickly. That's what we want your heart to do. During the brisk, 3-minute fast intervals, your heart rate climbs, often to 65 to 70% of your maximum heart rate, which is challenging but still safe for most people. Then, the slower 3-minute recovery, your heart rate drops back down towards baseline. Each cycle trains your heart not just to pump harder, but to relax and recover more efficiently. This back and forth stress and recovery is exactly what strengthens the cardiovascular system. Over time, it helps lower resting heart rate, improve circulation, and enhance oxygen delivery to your muscles. And here's the real takeaway. As Dr. Knows' teams point out, a flexible heart is a healthy heart. The ability to adapt quickly, speed up when needed, recover when rested, is linked to lower risk of hypertension, stroke, and cardiovascular disease at any age. In other words, with interval walking, you're not just burning calories. You're literally teaching your heart to become stronger, more resilient, and better prepared for whatever life throws at it. So here's the thing. This 3x3 walking method works because it's simple, it's sustainable, and it gets results you can actually feel. But I also know that starting out can feel intimidating. If 30 minutes sounds like too much right now, that's okay. Start smaller. One fast, slow cycle for 6 minutes is still progress. You're building momentum, and momentum is what matters. And if you're curious about taking the next step, I want to give you a free resource to see if we're on the same wavelength. It's a preview of my Walking Works Blueprint book, plus a bonus music track you can walk to. Now, inside those first few chapters, you'll discover how to build a walking habit, reduce stress, and start walking your way toward better health and fitness. You can grab it right now at walkingforhealthandfitness.com/walkingworksbook giveaway. Think of it as a no-pressure test drive. You get the strategies, the music, and the momentum to keep you moving forward, because whether you start with 6 minutes or 30, the key is to start. Now back to the podcast. Benefit number 2, muscle strength. Walking is already great for strengthening your legs, but interval walking training takes it a step further. Studies out of Shinshu University shows participants improve their thigh muscle strength by 13 to 17% in just 5 months. Now that's huge, because strong legs aren't just about fitness. They're about balance, mobility, and independence as we age. Think about it. Stronger quads and hamstrings means you climb stairs more easily, get up from a chair with less effort, and feel more stable on uneven ground. For older adults, those small wins can literally be life-changing. And for women in or after menopause, when falling estrogen levels increase the risk of both muscle loss, and osteoporosis, interval walking can be a powerful tool. It stimulates the muscles and bones in a way that helps maintain strength and bone density without the need for heavy weights or intimidating gym equipment. Now, let me get personal for a moment. Some of you know my story, and if you don't, I cover it fully in episode 24 of this podcast, but I've been dealing with prostate cancer. Right now, I'm on ADT, that's androgen deprivation therapy, which drastically lowers testosterone in my system to stop the cancer from growing while I complete radiation treatments. A side effect of this therapy is significant muscle loss. That's where the 3x3 method comes in for me personally. I started using it as a way to fight back against muscle loss in my legs, to keep my balance up during treatment, and I can tell you it works. I feel the difference in my endurance, in my power, and in the confidence that I'm actively protecting my health even while undergoing cancer treatment. Again, if you want to hear the full story of my cancer journey and how walking literally saved my life, go check out episode 24. I'll leave a link in the show notes. But the point is this: whether you're recovering, preventing, or just looking forward to staying strong, this method gives you a way forward. Now, the reflection of the week. Here's something I'd like you to think about. What would stronger legs give you in your own life? Would it mean climbing steps without getting winded, keeping up with your kids or grandkids, or maybe just feeling more confident and independent in your daily routine? This week, I challenge you to ask yourself that question. Then take at least one interval walk to start building that strength. Okay, benefit number 3, sustainability. This is where I think the 3x3 method really shines. People actually stick with it. In the original 5-month trial, 95% of participants completed the program, and many kept going afterwards. Now, why? Because it's not overwhelming. It's just 30 minutes, 4 or 5 times a week, no special gear. You can do it in your neighborhood, a park, even on a treadmill. And the change of pace every 3 minutes keeps it mentally engaging. According to the Association for Applied Sports Psychology, around 80% of people who begin an exercise program don't stick with it long term. Research consistently highlights lack of enjoyment, intensity, and unsustainable routines as key reasons for quitting. According to multiple reviews, adherence to a fitness routine improves when programs are enjoyable, seamlessly integrated into daily routines, supported socially, and tailored with clear, meaningful goals. Experts note that low-impact routines like walking, delivered gradually without being overwhelming, help people avoid burnout and build lasting habits. Benefit number 4, weight loss and afterburn effect. Researchers from Shinshu University also showed that IWT participants lost more body fat, especially dangerous visceral fat, than steady walkers, even when total walking time was exactly the same. That's a powerful insight. Visceral fat is the type of fat stored deep inside your abdomen, surrounding vital organs like your liver and pancreas. Unlike the fat under your skin, visceral fat is metabolically active. It pumps out hormones and inflammatory substances that increase your risk for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain cancers. Reducing it is one of the most important steps you can take for long-term health. The reason interval walking works better comes down to metabolic flexibility. During the brisk, 3-minute fast intervals, your body taps into glycogen, the carbohydrate stored in your muscles for quick energy. Then, when you switch to the slower pace, your body shifts gears and begins oxidizing fat for fuel. By training your metabolism to smoothly switch between these two energy systems, you not only burn more total calories, but you specifically train your body to use fat more efficiently, even at rest. Think of it like this. Your metabolism has 2 gears. The fast walking gear runs mostly on carbs, like stepping on the gas for quick power. The slow walking gear runs mostly on fat, like switching to cruise control for efficiency. Most people spend their lives stuck in just one gear, but interval walking trains your body to shift smoothly between both, burning carbs when you need speed and burning fat when you're recovering. That's what scientists call metabolic flexibility. And here's the big payoff. When your body learns to switch gears like this, you don't just burn more calories during the workout. You also get better at using fat for energy all day long, even while you're sitting at your desk or relaxing at home. That's why the Japanese researchers found greater fat loss and especially more reduction in belly fat with interval walking compared to steady walking. In fact, Shinshu studies have shown that participants following IWT for just a few months had better improvements in fat metabolism and glucose control than those who stuck with steady pace walking. In other words, it's not just about burning calories. It's about retraining your body to become a fat-burning machine. So here's some real-life stories. Now, testimonials for this method are popping up all over the place, and they're inspiring. Now, one Japanese participant in her late 60s said she used to dread the stairs in her home. Just a single flight left her winded. After just 3 months of interval walking, that same woman wasn't just climbing stairs with ease. She was racing her grandchildren up hiking trails and laughing about how they were the ones struggling to keep up. Think about it, going from breathless on stairs to leading family hikes. That's not just fitness, that's freedom. And closer to home, I have to share a story that really moved me. My friend, Robert Boggs, who many of you know has been following my fitness walking exercise program for years, recently started experimenting with the 3x3 walking method. Now let me underscore this. Robert is in his mid-80s. Yes, his mid-80s. And that's not just strolling through these intervals. He's using IWT as a powerful way to push his fitness further. Robert's testimonial about my fitness walking exercise program is featured on that page, and I'll leave a link in the description. He wrote me, "Frank, I'm a prostate cancer survivor. I had mine treated with brachytherapy when I was 62. I'm 85 now and have no side effects from the treatment. I am doing Japanese walking intervals now, 3 minutes of normal walking followed by 3 minutes of very fast walking for 30 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, doing calisthenics for 30 minutes on alternate days." That's the magic of this method. It scales to you. For Robert, it's about staying strong, mobile, and energized well into his 80s. For others, it might be losing weight, boosting your heart health, or simply feeling more confident. And those aren't isolated cases. Online, people are reporting weight loss breakthroughs, improvements in blood sugar control, and stories of finally breaking through fitness plateaus where steady walking just wasn't moving the needle anymore. I read one testimony from a man in his 50s who said interval walking was the first program he actually looked forward to sticking with because the change in pace kept it interesting and the results kept him motivated. The common thread, the 3x3 walking method isn't overwhelming, it's empowering. It doesn't matter if you're 60s or your 80s or anywhere in between. It gives you a workout that you can grow with, one that rewards consistency with real life-changing results. So, how to start. If you want to try this, warm up for 5 minutes at an easy pace. Then walk briskly for 3 minutes, fast enough that talking is possible but challenging. Then slow down for 3 minutes to recover. Repeat 5 cycles for a total of 30 minutes, then cool down again for 5 minutes. Do this 4 to 5 times a week and track your progress. Track your steps, your heart rate, or just simply how you feel. Write it down. So if you give the 3x3 walking method a try, what's the first benefit you'd hope to see? Is it more energy, weight loss, or simply feeling stronger? Drop me a note in the comments and let's start the conversation. So let's bring it all together. Today we looked at the Japanese 3x3 walking method. 3 minutes fast, 3 minutes slow, repeated 5 times. Just 30 minutes that can transform your health. We talked about how it boosts your cardiovascular fitness, strengthens your legs, helps reduce dangerous belly fat, and maybe most importantly, it's sustainable. This isn't some fad workout. It's a method that real people from their 30s all the way into their 80s are using to stay strong, fit, and energized. Now, if you're ready to explore this more deeply, I've got something for you. I'm giving away a free preview of my Walking Works Blueprint book, along with a bonus music track to help pace your walks. Inside those first few chapters, you'll discover exactly how to build a walking habit that sticks, manage your weight, reduce stress, and feel better every single day. You can grab it right now at walkingforhealthandfitness.com/walkingworksbookgiveaway. Okay, that's all one word. And if you enjoyed this episode, please do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a friend who could use a little motivation to start walking their way to better health. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. This is Frank for Walking for Health and Fitness. Walk on. And thanks for walking with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, it would mean the world if you'd like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little walking inspiration. Every follow and share helps me reach more people who want to get healthier one step at a time. And remember, keep walking strong, and I'll see you in the next episode.